They drag her to a different spot, which we witness. As the soldiers walk her by Maximus's Moton new residence, she loudly begs. He sees her through the window, looks down at his popcorn dish, ponders for a moment before acting. Meanwhile, Johnny Pemberton's character Thaddeus hobbles in the direction of a Red Rocket petrol station. Along with his luggage, he totes Dr. Wilzig's dehydrated head. He is accompanied by CX-404. Thaddeus takes off the sock covering his wounded foot. Thaddeus gripes about CX-404's dog-like behavior. He departs after placing her inside an empty Nuka-Cola freezer. Lucy is then handcuffed in front of the residence of Vault 4. Benjamin and Birdie inform her that her punishment is going to be administered. Benjamin declares her punishment while brandishing a firearm. He takes off her cuffs when it looks like he could murder her. He's condemning her to a life of obscurity. Lucy asks Benjamin and Birdie if Maximus is allowed to remain in Vault 4. He is a decent dude. Maximus unexpectedly shows up on the scene after stealing the fusion core and donning power armor. He tells the group to let Lucy go before shoving some of the people living in Vault 4 aside. Lucy tells him that she is going to be okay. Maximus and Lucy go to the surface after he apologizes to the gang. He is convinced to give the fusion core back to Vault 4 by Lucy. They won't have much power for more than a few days without it. Fortunately, Maximus gives the fusion core back. Lucy then begs Maximus to move in with her in Vault 33. That is, after saving her father and all the Moldava stuff. Maximus acknowledges that Knight Titus is not his real name. That was the Knight's name. After KT insulted him, he saw Knight Titus die and took his power armor. But Lucy is aware of it. Since stepping out into the public eye, she has done certain things that she regrets. She still desires that Maximus settle in Vault 33. He says yes to the proposal. Oh no, these two insanely in love. In the meanwhile, Thaddeus meets John Daly's character, the snake oil salesman, who brings him to the hospital so that his foot may be examined. SOS discloses that he could provide Thaddeus with a variety of serums. He is given permission by Thaddeus to administer what he deems to be the finest. Naturally, Thaddeus receives the ghoul-transforming serum from SOS. But it mends Thaddeus's broken foot. Before leaving, Thaddeus pays SOS in bottle caps and discovers that a radio tower is in the area. He can now get in touch with the Brotherhood of Steel. The ghoul shows up at the Red Rocket petrol station later. He tastes something scarlet on the ground, which is most likely Thaddeus's blood. He releases CX-404 after hearing her complaining inside the Nuka-Cola freezer. One day, Cooper and Roosevelt are sitting on the couch in a flashback. He notices Barb's prototype Pip-Boy resting on the counter. He attaches it to the listening equipment that Moldava provided. Co-op inserts the gadget into his ear while Barb, Frances Turner comes out carrying hot chocolate for herself, Co-op, and Janie, Tegan Meredith. Subsequently, Thaddeus encounters Fred Armisen, the radio tower operator, who also provides music for the wasteland via the radio. No requests are accepted by him. Already, Thaddeus has made contact with the Brotherhood. Here he waits for transportation. Thaddeus is impressed by the radioman's array of traps that he has set up all around the tower. Lucy and Maximus emerge out of nowhere. Thaddeus begins to shoot at them. Without a scope, he is unable to strike them though. Maximus seizes another head from a trespasser that the radioman murdered after Thaddeus runs away. He uses that to give to the Brotherhood after disfiguring it beyond recognition. He hands Lucy the head of Dr. Wilzig. After that, he urges Lucy to go to Moldava's by herself as he heads back to the Brotherhood. Lucy begs him to go to Vault 33 and locate her. Their first kiss is shared by the two. It's really adorable. Later, as the newly designated Vault 32 occupants settle into their new residences, Overseer Betty addresses the gathering. Steph is introduced by Betty as the new Vault 32 temporary overseer. Then Steph, her infant, Woody, Chet, and the others go ahead of them into the pitch-black vault. It appears really foreboding. To utilize Betty's computer, Norm slips inside her workplace. After hacking it, he initiates a conversation with the Vault 31 overseer. If Betty has been hacked, Overseer 31 queries. The assignment hasn't gone as planned, Norm says in response, answering as Betty. Thus, 31 exhorts Betty to visit Vault 31 right now. Then Norm gives in. He hears a robot humming as he enters Vault 31 by accident. Before him he sees what appears to be a moving robot. But as soon as the camera zeroes in on him, his countenance shifts, suggesting that there's more going on here than meets the eye.